and I know this
Yeah.
song. It is Bryan Adams. Now, summer of '69, there is something in my body that has to go to the dance floor and air guitar the hell out of that song.
Oh, yes.
And usually I'm not on my own. Other people around me are in their 50s or 60s. But I am in a different place, in a different zone. I've seen him, I think, 7 times.
No way.
I'm seeing him in July. He's already got a tour booked, and I'm going in Leeds. He's my man. He's my guilty pleasure.
Mate,
this is amazing. I always want to say that's not a guilty. That's fine. Brian's top of the list. He's great. I've got some music ones as well, and mine look like real guilty pleasures now compared to what you just said. Yours is the blokiest guilty pleasure that I think we're going to have tonight, Sean. Yeah. You kicked off well.
When I tell people that Bryan Adams, I'm going to go see him live, the reaction I get is pretty...
Really? No one expects you to see Brian live, to be fair. I think, is he still doing it? But yeah, I just need to bring this up. So, Facebook memories come up every now and again, and one has come up recently of your stag, where we are listening to a live band and the song comes on.
Yeah.
And your arm just points to the sky, and then you just point to the dance floor, and then about 10 of your mates just follow you in like a crowd to the dance floor, and it was a moment. It was a special moment to witness, I have to say.
Yeah, there's something inside me, that just makes me go. It's our dad took us when we were very young, and it's just been in the brain ever since.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it. I know it's going to happen when you come with us to Inferno's in Clapham for the Blokes Podcast Night Out. You know that Summer '69 is coming on, and all eyes are going to be on you, Sean.
I can't wait.
So, do you have a specific set of moves that you're doing? Because it sounds like you've done it many, many times. So, have you perfected a routine? Have you got?
I mean. I do a few things with my guitar. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to wait for Infernos to see it. So Greg actually played at my wedding, and I convinced him and his band to let me do Bryan Adams' Summer '69, like air guitar on the stage in front of all my friends and family. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And for that, obviously, I practiced my moves. I mean, I threw the guitar around my neck, and
full Hendrix.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah,
I look forward to it, mate. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, well, as a direct contrast, I'm just going to jump in here because I've got a music one as well. Okay. So my musical guilty pleasure, right, and this is even worse because I'm a musician, professional musician, right? So this seems twice as bad. I like what I've affectionately titled cocaine pop. Okay, so what I'm referring to is that sort of shiny late 80s, 90s, shiny as hell pop. I'm talking Paula Abdul, I'm talking Kylie Minogue, I'm talking Rick Astley, all this stuff. And the reason I call it cocaine is because there's this story that goes along with sort of the producers and the people making this music back in the late 80s, they were on so much coke in the studios while they were making this music that they sort of lost a lot of the top end of their hearing just sort of temporarily while they were on coke, right? So they couldn't hear the top frequency, so they like cranked the treble up really high. So it sounds really bright and tinny and shiny, and it's, all the synthesizers are like, they'll chop the top of your head off, they're so bright, basically. And I just love that sort of stuff. So I'm spinning around. I'm talking Waiting for a Star to Fall, Forever Your Girl, Madonna, all the Madonna classics, Holiday, Lucky Star, all this sort of stuff. And I've got same sort of thing, Sean. Like, as soon as it hits that time in like Infernos, any one of those clubs, there's like a golden oldies hour, isn't there? Like 12:30 or something. It'll kick in and it'll play all this old stuff. And I'm the same, man. I'm getting all the moves out. I'm doing the worm. I'm doing the moonwalk. I'm like body popping, all this terrible stuff. And then as soon as it kicks back into current music, I'll just sit down again with my brown ale.
out of it. I'm never going to listen to those songs the same again, knowing that cocaine fact. That's going to be like,
that's
oh my
amazing.
God. I can feel that.
That's
so bright.
hilarious. Oh God. I think that's
Well,
I think I mean, I'm trying to think. When I was thinking of these, I was trying to think of like, if you're in a car and you've got your windows down and you're blaring this music and you're singing along, and then you come to a stop, do you turn it down a little bit?
Hell yeah.
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 That's what I was going to say. I think, yeah. Waiting for us.
Yeah. Big time. And then as soon as I put my foot down again, it's right up, blaring.
Yeah.
So embarrassing that everyone knows I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That is the definition of a guilty pleasure, actually. That's spot on. That's a great way to ask yourself, is that a guilty pleasure? Would you turn it down at the traffic lights?
So I've got mine. I was struggling with these, because I try not to feel guilty about anything. And as you guys know, I'm a massive nerd and stuff, and I'm trying to... I just don't care really now at this point anymore about really what people think. So I was thinking about this, and then I've got these situations for all of them. Like, would I be embarrassed in public if someone was staring at me whilst listening to this? I think I would. So when I was younger, a seed was planted that I didn't know was there. And as I've grown old, it's flourished into a healthy country and Western fanaticism that I absolutely love. So I love country music, but I've always wondered where it's come from. And I think it's probably standing in the kitchen with my mum listening to Shania Twain.
Oh, yeah, I'm turning that straight down at the lights. Let's go,
but it's
girls.
So good, yeah. It's so good, and it's just
amazing.
The hits are amazing, and I'm not going to say I listen to their back catalogue. To be totally honest, I don't. But the hits get me every single time. Listening to it when I cook quite a lot recently, and but I do honestly think I would try and hide the fact I'm listening to that.
So, Greg, would you say that the hits get you every time, just like the love gets you every time? Would you say that?
I might say that. Yeah.
Nice. That's a deep Shania Twain reference. So.
Yeah, deep cut.
For all those Shania Twain fans, listen.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Shout out to the Twainies.
Yeah, if you know. But yeah, still the one, man. Every time I listen to that, when that piano comes in, I'm there. I'm ready for it. One of the most fun songs I've ever played as well. Just singing that high harmony on the drums to I can't remember where it was now. It was like a 90s gig we had to do. Yeah, and there was a lot of tunes in there. Actually, thinking about it, there's probably some more guilty pleasures in there that I haven't thought of. But this came to me today, so yeah, Shania's up there.
Nice, mate. That album was a massive hit. The one with Man, I Feel Like a Woman. That don't impress me much. All these hits, like I think it's one of the biggest selling albums of all time. It's crazy how big that album was, and it hit that sort of that golden era of like country pop as well. So like the playing was still really good on it, and the songwriting was good, but it was also like straight to the chorus, no mucking about. It was it like hit every nail on the head. It was so good,
big time. The solos on it are fantastic. Like there's loads of guitar solos, pedal steel. Tons of stuff. There's violin, left, right, and centre. Like the playing on it is sick, and it's like real playing. Yeah. So there you go. That's a bit better, I guess.
So a little nugget of info for anybody listening. The guitarist that played a lot of those tunes, Brent Mason. He played a lot on that particular record. He also did the little guitar fills on Friends. The little stabs between scenes on Friends. All that guitar stuff, that's him. That's the same guy playing. So next time you're watching Friends, Sean, you'll be able to think, I know that guy.
I know that guy, yeah. Good knowledge.
Very good. Little encyclopedia. All right, Sean, as the guest, what we got? What we up the ante to?
So, I'll be honest, Greg has been into whiskey a long time, and actually Greg inspired me a few years ago to, I think as he's done with some other people on the show, to try and get involved a bit more, learn a little bit more. I was quite impressed with his knowledge, and there's a lot more to it than you actually realise. So I've been to a few distilleries since. I'm nowhere near your guys' level at all. But the one I wanted to point out, and again, going back to somewhere you've been, it means a lot to you. I've been to this distillery, and therefore I've bought in completely emotionally.
Nice.
And it's Jack Daniels.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, the one I've got is the single barrel. Mm-hmm. It's not actually my favourite. So in the tour, you obviously get to try loads. Gentleman's Jack is actually really good. This is actually a 30th birthday present that I have in the cupboard, so I thought I'd get it out. But
hello there, this is Greg from the Blokes Podcast. Bit of a disclaimer, Sean's audio is about to go absolutely mental. Not sure what happened, how it happened, but that's the audio that was sent in to us by Sean, so thank you very much for that. I thought I'd leave it in just to sort of give the audience an idea of what I've had to deal with for this edit. He's about to explain his jubilation at the idea that all of Jack Daniel's whiskey is distilled in Lynchburg, Tennessee, and then it should be normal audio from there on. So fingers crossed, eh? All right, cheers, guys. Enjoy the rest.
But yeah, I think never really thought about Jack Daniel's, but once been there and seen it in the history, apparently every single drop down the world made in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Every bar in the world you go to, you go any, there's Daniels behind the bar. It's all made in this tiny place, in this ridiculously tiny town, which is also blown my mind. It's a dry county.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck's that all about?
Yeah.
And they make Jack Daniels, probably the biggest exporter of any American whiskey. And the only place you can buy alcohol in Lynchburg is the gift shop of the distillery.
Wow. Is it like outlawed to drink it on premises? Like you've got to wait till you get out of the state lines or whatever it is?
Well, apparently you can drink it at home.
Right.
Well, I don't know, but that's what the staff said that you can do. But you can't drink outside or out and about, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Which is mental, yeah. But this is it's good stuff. It's I really like American whiskey. I just think it's very sweet. I love the woodiness and oakiness to it all.
Yeah, man.
I'm probably a bit more leaning towards that than Scotch. I know that's probably most people would shoot me for saying that, but that's where I'm at.
Not at all, man. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. It looks great as well. Just the colour on Jack Daniels is so good. It looks like whiskey.
Yeah,
it looks like you're in a film. You're in Mad Men drinking that stuff. Yeah. It's so rich and dark colour, yeah. So, have you... I think, Greg, you had a Gentleman Jack on the show maybe a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
In fact, it was one that Sean bought me for my birthday and had my name on it.
Ah, that was it. Fantastic. Family ties, see? Sort of linking in. I like it.
Synergy. Yeah, no, it's really good stuff. Very good. I was surprised at how much I liked it, I was maybe a bit snobby toward it, but actually it was just really, really decent.
Yeah, I think it's got a bit of a bad rep, isn't it? Because it's Jack Daniels, right? You just mix it, you drink it, you don't really think much about it. It's probably not aged as long as you probably want it to. Well, the normal stuff isn't. But the other stuff, I was quite surprised. That's why I thought, I'll get Greg a bottle, because I think it's actually really good.
Yeah, man.
Right.
I think it's just quantity sometimes, isn't it? Like if something's too popular, everyone will start looking down on it just because it's popular, right? Just because it's just because Shania is selling loads of records, we all look down our nose, Yeah.
Oh God, 100%. What are you, Adam? What are you on?
So I'm going like almost the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm going like a Scotch drinker's Scotch tonight. I thought I'd pull myself up after the gin and tonic to start the show. So I'm going for. In fact, we're all going for gifts this evening, or it seems we are. I'm going for the bottle of Ardbeg that you bought me for my birthday, Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So for anybody that doesn't know, Ardbeg is a distillery in Scotland. It's an Islay malt, so this tiny little island just sort of off the west of Scotland, and it's traditionally it produces super peated Scotch. And this particular distillery, Ardbeg, is known for its super medicinal, astringent smokiness in the Scotch. And so it's not for everybody. But I know Greg loves it. I definitely love it. And
I love peated whiskey.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. I mean, that's strange till you say that. Actually, if you're like, oh yeah, I dig the American stuff.